Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're delving into a really compelling narrative from the tapestry of mother and son. Our mission really is to distill the wisdom, the core observations in the story of Clara. She's this older woman living quietly, and then there's her son Thomas, ambitious guy, completely consumed by the relentless pace of city life. What's striking, I think, is how this pretty simple story really shines a light on how deep connections, well, how they last despite distance, and those big turning points that can just shift your whole life's direction.
Absolutely. And we'll be looking closely at how just one letter, a really poignant one, specifically Claire's line, "My dear boy, the world moves fast, but love moves slow. Come home when you can. I'll be waiting."
Hmm.
How that acted as this powerful sort of cognitive anchor for Thomas. He was deep in the city buzz, always putting off visits. It's almost like that psychological thing,
Mm.
hyperbolic discounting, where you prioritize the immediate stuff over bigger things later on.
Right, like the immediate pressure of work over the longer term value of visiting home.
Exactly. So it raises this big question, doesn't it? In a culture always pushing for the next goal, how do we actually pause, recalibrate, and, honor those timeless connections, the ones that genuinely define us, like Thomas barely remembering his mother's laugh or planting seeds with her, those fundamental things.
Mm. And that letter for Thomas, it wasn't just words on paper, was it? It was like a jolt, a visceral thing. He gets it one morning, just a typical gray day, apparently, and those words just sliced right through the fog of his routine, his ambition. It wasn't just guilt, it was more like
Yeah.
a physical realization. He couldn't even remember her last hug.
Yeah.
And that immediate decision, just booking a train ticket right then and there, it says so much about that need for connection. It's often buried, but it's always there, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And what's fascinating is how that single trigger, just Clara's letter, it bypassed years of excuses he'd built up. The internal story he told himself to justify being away. But her plea, it wasn't blaming. It just touched on that core truth love works on a different clock. And boom, an immediate behavioral shift, no hesitation.
Yeah. And then he arrives.
Right? And Clara's reaction when he got there, that's key too. She was frail, yes, but her embrace was just full of love,
Yeah.
no reproach for all that lost time. And that kind of unconditional acceptance, well, that often helps heal things much more deeply than guilt ever could.
So they spent that evening just talking, laughing.
Yeah, sharing memories, stuff that the city noise couldn't touch, like him making mud pies as a kid or watching a meteor shower years back. Simple things. And for the first time in ages, Thomas felt anchored, quiet inside. That constant hum of the city finally faded, just background noise.
And then Clara says something quite profound.
Yes. As night fell, she got quiet, looked at him, and you could just feel the understanding. She said softly, "You've done well, Thomas, but don't forget where your roots are."
Mm.
Not a criticism, you see, more like a gentle reminder, a
Yeah.
catalyst, about purpose beyond just the career stuff, about belonging, something his achievements couldn't give him. And his tears then weren't just sadness, I think. They were recognition, a promise maybe to himself to bring that forgotten part of him back. And just sitting there by the fire, her hand in his, that silence spoke volumes. The relationship rerouted right there. And the next morning, helping her in the garden, their hands working together like decades ago. It's symbolic, right? A reaffirmation.
Definitely. So let's bring this back. What does this all mean for you, listening?
Yeah.
Navigating your own demanding life. We see Thomas spurred by his mother's gentle words, that quiet ache inside him. He finds that anchor in her love, finds the resolve to keep coming back. And he did keep that promise, visit after visit, weaving their story tighter, not with grand gestures, but just by showing up, being present. It's a powerful example, isn't it? The city noise is loud, sure, but some connections move slow and deep, like hands in the soil.
Exactly. And connecting this to the bigger picture, Clara and Thomas's story really highlights something we often miss. The huge value of presence over just sheer output, productivity. The massive impact of simply showing up. It's about noticing those little pangs, maybe guilt, maybe just moments of clarity in our busy lives, and crucially, choosing to act on them. It really underscores that it's never too late to re-engage, is it? To strengthen the important relationships, make sure they stay vibrant, cherished, rooted in love.
So here's where it gets really interesting. Maybe a final thought for you to take away. What subtle prompt, what quiet ache perhaps in your own life might be nudging you, signaling a need to reconnect maybe, or to consciously slow down that pace, or just to be more fully present with the people who truly matter most?